Cryptocurrency is really quite centralized. The original premise of crypto was to provide a decentralized peer-to-peer payment network, right? Empowering individuals to control their own funds. However, the current landscape appears quite different. Let's take a look at the top exchanges from each industry. It might come as a surprise to see that while Binance boasts approximately 240 million users, Uniswap, the DeFi exchange, has only around 7 million. That's less than 3% of Binance's figure. The truth is, many people feel they don't gain distinct advantages from using DeFi services. Activities such as yield farming, decentralized lending, exchanging, and insurance remain niche, and especially to the centralized speculative investors who prefer the simplified interfaces of custodial KYC requiring platforms like Binance. So while crypto was designed to be decentralized, it now looks a bit more like decentralized centralization. Interestingly though, this dynamic is poised for change. By 2030, the DeFi market is projected to maintain a compound annual growth rate, CAGR, of 53.7% from 2025 to 2030. Now, in contrast, Grand View research suggests that the overall crypto market will grow at a CAGR of 13.1% over the same period. In simpler terms, DeFi is expected to outpace general crypto adoption. This indicates a potential shift from centralized systems to more, well, I suppose, DeFi systems. Now, that's a development worth discussing. People moving from CeFi to DeFi, and today we're conducting an experiment to explore why people are actually using DeFi. Specifically, we've invited select survey respondents to share their insights here with us in the studio. So, let's begin with our first guest.
So, I'm Michael from the US. I value my financial privacy, which is why I prefer decentralized platforms like SushiSwap or privacy-focused solutions like Tornado Cash. Unlike centralized exchanges where I'd have to go through KYC verification, DeFi allows me to trade and invest without revealing my personal information. My credit score doesn't matter. I just connect my wallet and start trading.
Hey there, I'm Asol, I'm from Russia, and well, I'm still very new to crypto. Because of the current political situation, it's become a bit hard for me to transfer money to and from abroad, but DeFi really helps me with that. So I don't want to rely on a bank to hold my assets. I started using non-custodial wallets and platforms like Uniswap for trading and Aave for lending. Well, I basically hold my private keys and there is no intermediary that can freeze or seize my funds. And in DeFi, I'm my own bank and I love it.
Hey, I'm Omar. I'm from Ghana. I've been using the DeFi service quite a while. Financial services can be complicated due to restriction and banking policies, and DeFi platforms like Curve and Uniswap allow me to trade, invest without needing any bank account or worrying about being blocked based on my location. The beauty of DeFi is that it's borderless and anyone with internet connection can just participate.
Hey, I'm Turple. I'm from Chechnya. I've been using DeFi services for a few years now. I'd say that I use DeFi essentially to maximize profits because it offers better yield than most centralized platforms. And I can also earn passive income through yield farming on Yearn Finance, for example, or by supplying liquidity to Compound. And since DeFi cuts out the intermediaries, I get the bigger share of the reward compared to what I'd get on, say, like traditional exchanges.
Yeah guys, so my name is Tommy from the UK and I've been in the DeFi space for a couple of years now. The best thing about DeFi is it allows me to move my assets across different blockchains efficiently, so I can actually take advantage of yield farming opportunities within that as well. I often use Symbiosis to bridge my assets across chains to make the most out of this, and sometimes I even make a profit from the discrepancies in price through arbitrage trading. So this kind of thing you just can't find on centralized exchanges, and it really gives me a different level of flexibility with my finance.
My name is Sean and I'm 30 years old. I'm from the UK. I use DeFi because it gives me exposure to traditional financial assets without needing a brokerage account. I try to set one up, but it's just too much hassle. On Synthetics, for example, I can trade synthetic versions of stocks, gold, and even oil, all within the DeFi ecosystem. This allows me to diversify my portfolio and explore trading strategies that wouldn't be possible in traditional markets.
So, as we can see, there's so much more to DeFi than meets the eye, and it's pretty clear that use cases differ massively. You might have noticed somewhat of a pattern in the people we interviewed today, and that's because DeFi tends to attract a specific type of user, and the numbers back it up. A 2025 study by UPay looked into who is actively engaging in yield farming, and the findings paint a clear picture of the typical DeFi user. In terms of education, well, 50% of DeFi users have completed an undergraduate degree, and 30% hold a postgraduate degree. Talking age and gender, the 18 to 35 years old age group makes up about 55% of DeFi users. Also, it's pretty male-dominated, where around 70% of DeFi users identify as male. When we look at geographic distribution, we can see that North America accounts for 35% of DeFi users, and another 30% come from Europe. 25% of DeFi users reside in Asia, and the remaining 10% are spread across the rest of the world. So when you picture a DeFi user, you're likely imagining a young, highly educated male from North America or Europe. But as adoption grows and the barriers to entry fall, these demographics could shift dramatically. Just before we go today, I wanted to talk a little more about cross-chain bridges. These are the glue of DeFi, and this is essentially what we do at Symbiosis. Bridging in DeFi lets you quickly and cheaply move assets between blockchains, unlocking better liquidity, yield opportunities, and access to a wider range of decentralized applications without being restricted to a single ecosystem. Without it, users would be locked into a single ecosystem, unable to move assets freely between blockchains. That doesn't sound so good. But here's the catch. Not all bridges are built the same. Many are slow, expensive, or even insecure, and that's why a reliable solution is key. This is the part where we'd like to remind you of what we do at Symbiosis. We're a cross-chain liquidity protocol designed to make bridging effortless. Unlike other solutions we offer, one-click swaps. There's no need to navigate complex interfaces or manage multiple transactions. Full decentralization, where no central authority controls the bridge, ensuring DeFi principles are upheld. Then you've got deep liquidity. As we aggregate liquidity from multiple chains, we reduce slippage and optimize swap efficiency. And also a security-first approach. With smart contract audits and robust risk management, this helps us keep user funds safe. As we've seen today, DeFi is evolving to the point where ordinary people are now using it. In tandem, cross-chain interoperability is becoming more important than ever. So if you're tired of clunky, expensive bridging solutions, it's time to try Symbiosis, where it's seamless, secure, and built for the future of DeFi. You've been watching the Symbiosis YouTube channel. I'm your host, Bradley Peak, and I'll see you next time.